Hello, everyone. And again, welcome to Vlog Media Breeze. And again, for those of you who are here and who are new here, if you would be so kind as to click the like, the subscribe, and the notifications bell. And also, as we go along, if you could just get over there in the comments and also get over there in the chat and let me know about your reviews and your commentary on what I'm bringing to you. And I will actually recognize your comments by putting them onto the screen. And I want to go ahead and just get right into it here because I'm here today to talk to you about tracking, hacking, and doxing. If you will look at my previous video on doxing, you can go on and look at that. We all know what hacking is, but in the event that you do not know what hacking is, um, you can Google it. It is the gaining of unauthorized access to data in a system or a computer. The laws against hacking has not stopped it. It has not even slowed it down. And it is a crime to do that. Um, it is an attempt to exploit a computer system or a private network and other people's privacy and how they go about their day. And oftentimes we do not like when people do this to us because um, I don't know. Can you still hear me? I'm thinking you can't. I'm thinking you probably can't hear me. You may have missed some of that. I'm going to go over it again. This is a show today about hacking, doxing, and tracking. And I'm just going to show this to you real briefly. I don't think I can have my audio going at the same time that that visual was going, and I wanted that to be happening, and I think that it wasn't. But hacking is the gaining of unauthorized access to data in a system or a computer. Um, it's an attempt to exploit a computer system or a private network inside a computer. It's unauthorized access or control over a computer network, and it's often done to invade the privacy of others. And the reason I have listed it like this here, tracking, hacking, and doxing, if you go back to one of my previous videos, you'll see right across the thumbnail, it says doxing. And I talked to you a lot about doxing. So you can go take a look at that video. I'm not going to be here long. I only wanted to come on here and read an article by CNET, which is computer technology magazine that is published online. Um, it is says it's owned by a company called Red Ventures. It publishes reviews, news articles, blogs, podcasts, and videos on technology and consumer electronics. And you can go online and take a look at that as well. I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on with my throat lately. I want to read something to you directly. And this is actually something that it looks like Google might be taking ownership of in terms of this article, but it's in CNET. And it says here, um, the title is "You're Likely Being Tracked by Google. Turn off these settings to stop it." And it's an article, as you can see, that's CNET online magazine, and it's by Kelsey Fogarty. And this says 3 hours ago, but it was actually longer than 3 hours ago. It's been up here for a while because I knew I was going to come on and read it. Um, it says if you are using any Google app, it's likely you are being tracked. And that says any Google app, you guys. If you turned off location history on your Google account, you are not completely in the clear yet. While disabling that setting sounds like a one and done solution, some Google apps are still storing your location data. Just opening the Google Maps app or using Google search on any platform logs your approximate location with a timestamp. Following a 2018 investigation by the Associated Press, however, Google has made it easier to control what location and other data is saved and what is deleted with features like your data in Maps and Search, which give you quick access to your location controls. You just have to know where to look. I often will pause when I'm reading something to you because I don't want to lose my train of thought. And sometimes I come in here and I have one thing in mind, and as I'm speaking, other conversation develops. In this moment, I want to say Google, as well as Samsung, as well as LG, as well as AT&T, as well as iPhone, a lot of them say that they are tracking us because they want to be able to make it easier for us to use the products and services that they actually have control over. And I believe that's only 10% of the reason that they track us. So I'll continue reading. Turning off location history only removes where you have been from the Google Maps timeline feature, which logs your location with certain data at a specific time. Google's support page on the matter says that even when turned off, some location data may continue to be saved in other settings, like your web and app activity. Google told us that it uses this data to make features more personalized and helpful, and that this information is never shared with third parties or advertisers. But if you still are not comfortable with that, with a few more steps, you can generally stop Google from knowing where you are 24/7. Then it goes on, shows us this picture, of course, that we've all seen. Just note that turning off this default setting does have some drawbacks. They would cause it to have drawbacks, right? While Google's settings may seem intrusive to some, they also help cultivate an ultra personalized online experience, such as helping people find nearby businesses instead of in another city or seeing personalized ads. They help give users more relevant information instead of random information, according to Google. Here's how to really turn off Google tracking and what the outcomes of doing so might be. And then it goes on to tell us how to do that, which we can get that information from anywhere, right? The thing that gets to me is anytime a company comes up with a product or service, you guys, please know that there has to be a strategic plan, and that strategic plan includes it has to provide all of the positives for the users of that product or service. They have to be able to do that to get it to pass. And it also has to provide what that product or service does. And it is required to provide the downsides of it, right? So that is why Google says that it helps us in turn to use it. But that is not the original reason that it's created. Okay. But in case you guys are ever wanting to know, this is an article. I found it as I was reading the news on one of my browsers. And this tells you how to turn it off in case you ever need that. I'm going to stop sharing now. Um, let's see. Oh, I got a comment. I'm so excited. Oh, it's come get this commentary. Hello, and thank you for bringing more awareness. You are very welcome. Come get this commentary. I love bringing awareness. I really do. So maybe that's what I should be doing over here on this channel. Then I could have a lot more, a lot more um, people coming on and talking to me because they don't seem to want to come on and talk to me about the housewives commentaries. But whenever I did the video on doxing, a lot of people showed up for that as well. So I appreciate you liking this. The other part of the commentary, though, you guys, is as I shared with you earlier, and I'll share this with you again. Um, See this? I'm talking about tracking, hacking, and doxing. There's a difference. I just shared with you what hacking was, and I just talked to you about Google, the tracking. I just talked with you about the tracking. I don't know if can you guys hear me whenever I put this up? Because I'm still talking. I'm still talking when I put that up. So can you guys hear me whenever I put that up or no? Let me know. Come get this commentary since you're over here. Could you hear that when I said it just now? Um, let's see. I'm gonna I'm just gonna briefly I did a whole video on doxing, so I'm just going to briefly define it for you. It's when people intentionally search for and publish private or identifying information about a particular individual on the internet. And they typically do it with malicious intent. And that is why doxing is illegal. So that is what doxing is. I shared with you about what hacking was. I've talked to you about tracking, and now I've talked to you about doxing. And I want to just give you my review and my commentary on where I think the three of them can get a little intermingled. And that is when you have companies who will use their apps to track you online and say that they are doing that to make it so that it's easier for you to use the app. I believe that. I'm not knocking that at all. But whenever they do not provide a way for you not to be tracked, that then it becomes an issue to me. It becomes an issue to me because for me, I love my privacy. If I'm exploiting something about me, then it's because I want it to be out there. And I'm generally very open. I'm pretty open. I don't really have like I'm in my 50s. I've done everything there is to do for me anyway. Not everything that there is to do, but everything that I have wanted to do. And so I don't have. I'm not ashamed of who I am. At the same time, I am very private, and I'm private because that's just my right, and I don't think it's anyone else's business to put my business on the forefront. I think it's my business to put my business on the forefront. So when I have people tracking me, you know, it makes me think that they are trying to manipulate circumstances in my life or trying to make things negative for me. And that's what angers me about an invasion of privacy and people tracking you online. So that is the downside of it for me. But I just wanted to share that article with you and let you know that at least Google does provide a very clear and concise way about not being tracked. But on the other end, if they tell you if they are not allowed to track you, that there is a downside to that. You could have system issues. Other things can happen. Um, I advise people really with your own computers to get multiple VPNs and to make sure that you have a reputable service that protects your computer. And so I digress on that. I wasn't going to be here long with this because I was here 58 minutes earlier, and I just wanted to come on and do this video for you. I don't know if you guys could hear me whenever I put up the uh, the picture earlier, but I was still talking behind it. I'm going to go back and listen to it myself and see if it could still be heard. But this is the picture I had earlier. And so enjoy the video, get in the comments, and let me know what you think about it. and I'll try to come up with some other things that I can bring to your attention because there's a lot going on in this world. It's a lot, you guys. And I would say to you, read everything, do your research on everything that bothers you so that you can come to your own conclusions. And thank you for showing up. Have a good day. Thank you to my subscribers. And remember to mind your spirit and mind your ethos. Peace, love, and many blessings to you.